Welcome to Rasoi Quarantine. I'm going to now cook a foolproof grilled chicken. This is such a simple technique, and once you learn this technique, you're going to thank me all your life for having taught you this. It is so simple and it is such a foolproof dish. And you know, the youngsters in your house, your teenagers who are there, once they learn this technique, there is no reason that why they cannot cook this for themselves or even for you. All you need, which is a bit different here, is basically paper. Now this is no ordinary paper. This is butter paper or a grease-proof paper. This is what you need. And the trick is you got to cut this into a 5-inch square. And that's an important part, because this paper will actually hold all your flavors, your marinades and your seasoning, and your chicken is going to go in between the piece of paper and we're going to grill it. Now again, for all of you who are vegetarians at home, you can use boiled potatoes, you can use paneer, you can use vegetables, you can use tofu also. But the trick is, how do you actually add flavor onto the paper, which then goes on to your protein, your chicken, your piece of fish, piece of lamb or piece of vegetables. So the trick is, you cut this paper into a 5-inch square. That's approximately 5 inches. And you know what the best part with this trick is? When you have to cook with this method, there's basically hardly any cleaning which you have to do, because the paper holds everything for you. Okay. Keep the paper. And then we make it half. Use a sharp knife, cut into a square, and then you make it into a rectangle. So this is important. You make it like a rectangle. So like you're reading a book. That's what you make it like. This is when the fun starts. Want to come a bit closer? Take a spoon or a knife or a crooked spatula, and we have a little butter here. Don't be too generous with the butter. A small quantity of butter, and we're going to spread this butter all over the butter paper. Leave the edges by around 2 centimeters and just spread the butter. Now again, please don't be too generous with the butter. It is a very light hand with the butter, not too much. Then I'm going to sprinkle a little salt on this. What is very important is the quality of the butter paper which you use. It should be a thick quality butter paper. Do not use a thin, flimsy quality butter paper. Sprinkle salt. And what I have here also is a mixture of spices. I've got red chili powder, I've got a little bit of turmeric powder, a little bit of cumin powder, roasted cumin, chili flakes, a little garam masala, all mixed together. You can buy a ready-made seasoning. So you get like a Goan mix or a peri-peri mix, or whatever mix you can get, or you can make your own domestic style, whatever you like to add. You want it more spicy, you can make it more spicier. So you make the mix together, and then you sprinkle this spice mix on the butter. And because the butter is moist, the spice powders are going to stick onto the butter. Now here you have to be a bit more generous. So make sure you put a good amount of seasoning. And I also like herbs. So I've got some dried herbs here, mixed herbs. Sprinkle dried mixed herbs. And then what is important is the poultry. But whatever cuts you use, make sure it is thin. I've taken basically a breast of chicken. I've sliced it horizontally into half. I've opened it out. So look at this. These are thin slices. They don't need to be thick. The thinner they are, the faster they will cook and the evenly they will cook. There is nothing on this, there is no seasoning at all. All the seasoning is on the paper, and here it goes. So on one side, and then you fold the paper back and you press it gently. Now in case your chicken breast is thick for any reason, you can use your back of the knife and you can lightly hammer it down, and that will make your chicken a bit thinner. Okay, so if you cannot slice it properly and you have thick cuts, you can always use the back of the knife, the thick side, not the sharp side, the thick side, and just massage your chicken or lightly hammer the chicken with that. So this chicken has gone into the butter paper, and if you look at it, yeah, you see that all the spice and the dried herbs sticks on to the chicken and gives it a very nice coating over it. This I'm going to now put it onto a pan, and I'm going to cook it onto a low heat. Again, press it with your hand, with the palm of your hand, press it down. Or you know what, if you want to be a little more smarter, you can always use a rolling pin and you can rub that gently. Even that would work. Now time to cook the chicken. I have a large non-stick pan here, and I have placed this parcel with the butter paper on my non-stick pan, and I will switch on the heat now. And this will cook on a low heat. In this pan you do not need to add any oil whatsoever. It is just very plain. Once the chicken gets cooked on one side, we're going to flip it over and cook the second side. And what you will see is you get a perfectly cooked chicken with all the flavorings and the spices on the outside like a crust. And you know what the best part? Your pan will still be clean. You don't need to wash the pan, just wipe it dry and wipe it clean, and the pan is as good as new. Okay, so I let this chicken cook on a very low heat. There's enough butter at the bottom and on the top of the chicken, and that will keep the chicken moist, and the flavoring and the spices as it cooks will impart the flavors. Now the best way to see if the chicken is cooked or not is to check on the sides of the chicken. If the sides begin to turn white, that tells you that chicken is almost cooked. And when it is quite white, almost in the middle, I'll flip it over and cook the second side. But that is for the chicken. What I also have is, I have done one more variation for vegetarians, and I've done a very simple one. Again, butter. You spread the butter on the butter paper. I tell you once again that when you buy the butter paper, it has to be a good quality butter paper. Make sure it is a thick butter paper and not a thin variety. The thin variety will tend to burn when you put it onto the pan. Sprinkle a little salt. You can also use a flavored salt. You get those garlic salts, you get lemon salt. You can do any flavored salt in that, it will work well. Got the spice mix going in now on the butter paper. And dried herbs. And what I have here now for the vegetarians, because a lot of you said, chef, can do something vegetarian. I've just taken boiled potatoes. I sliced them into 1 centimeter thick slices, and the potatoes go in on one side, and I fold that back and I press it just to make sure that potato picks up all the flavors. You can actually make these shapes, put them into a Ziploc bag or a container, and you can keep them in the fridge. So whenever you want to cook, you can take the seasoned or the flavored paper, add in a piece of protein or vegetables, and you can put them onto the pan. If you want, this can also cook in the oven. It works perfectly fine. But if you have an air oven with an air movement inside, the paper tends to open up. So either put some kind of a weight on top or a tray on top so it doesn't open up, and even that will cook well. If you're putting it in the oven, thin slice of chicken or a piece of fish or a potato, you don't need more than 7 to 8 minutes at a preheated oven at 180 degrees centigrade. It will work perfectly fine. So here we go. We have the potatoes done. We have our chicken here. Have a look, and you can see this here. The sides are beginning to turn white. See the edges? Come closer. You see the edges? They're beginning to turn white. So that tells you that the chicken is almost cooked on the bottom side. I'm going to now flip this over. And see once again, you can see this side, all the spices and the butter and the seasoning and the herbs have got stuck on this part of the chicken. And look at the color, it's white. That tells you that the chicken is almost cooked. I'll leave that to cook on one side. At the same time, I'm going to put in my potatoes to cook. The potatoes are already pre-boiled, they're pre-cooked, so literally they will take a minute and a half on each side to finish off. But the main thing is the technique of cooking, which is very crucial here. And as I told you earlier, it is such a simple technique that anybody in your house can actually cook it. It is so easy. It also saves you a lot of time in cleaning up and washing up because there is just no oil or fat going around into the pan. So it's quite simple and clean. And also it is very foolproof because it cooks perfectly. There is nothing which will ever go wrong in this. You have to only ensure that you cook it at a very low heat and never at a very high heat. If you put it at a very high heat, the outside will get cooked very fast and the inside will not cook well and will remain slightly raw. So make sure on the lowest level of the heat of your cooker, you put your pan. So I am going to now check this once again. And the best way to make out if the chicken is cooked or not or the piece of fish is cooked or not is to actually press it. So when you look at the palm of your hand, there are different density of softness and firmness on your hand. So this part of the thumb is quite soft. The other side is again soft. This part is quite hard. So this part is the kind of resistance you need on the poultry or the chicken. If it is this hard, means it is actually cooked. So this you press at the top of your little finger and you get to feel it. So let's have a look. That is done. My chicken is ready, and all I do is I pick up the paper and I put it onto my chopping board. Now you got to remember, once you cook your chicken, never ever slice it there and then because there is so much of heat in that chicken breast that if you start slicing it now, all the juiciness, all the moisture, all the natural juice is going to flow out. You want it to rest for a couple of minutes for it to absorb all the juices back, and then when you slice it, you won't have all the liquid coming out of the chicken breast, and it will be perfectly cooked in the center. The vegetables should also be done. I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to open the paper now. Come, let's have a look. You see, the potatoes have taken in all the flavors. So I'm going to cook that for just a minute or two on the side. So just a very quick recap. A 5-inch square piece of butter paper, you apply a small quantity of soft butter. Oil can be used, olive oil can be used, but butter works the best. Little bit of salt, add your spice mix, whatever spice mix you have at home and whatever flavors you like to add, you can put that on there. Add some fresh herbs if you want to add dry herbs, entirely up to you. I don't have any fresh herbs at home, start taking dry herbs. But if you have fresh coriander, fresh mint, or your rosemary or thyme leaves or whatever, that can all go in that. It works extremely well. What you do not put in that is any moisture. Keep it as dry as possible, because as you have moisture, it will all go into the pan, it will begin to splutter. All the fats will ooze out and it will spoil the entire dish. So keep it absolutely liquid free, absolutely moisture free if you can. But just flavorings are more important, because a simple piece of breast can take in a lot of flavor. Potatoes are also done. Swap the sides one more time. We'll switch off the heat. That is it. Let's get it off. And see here, my pan is absolutely dry. So no cleaning up, no washing up. Such a simple trick always works. And that's why I say this is a foolproof grilled chicken or grilled vegetable. Okay, I'm going to take the piece of chicken breast. You look at this, it is still nice and moist. This paper which you have has done its job. You can fold it up and that goes into the bin. As simple as that, as easy as that. The same thing with the potatoes. Got the potatoes here. The paper has done its job. In that goes. The best part now is to enjoy it. Take a piece of chicken in your hand, knife, slice that. It is perfectly cooked chicken right to the center. It's completely white, there's no pink parts. Nice and juicy. You can make this chicken and you can put it into a sandwich mix, or you can put with pasta, or you can do with you can make a red masala, a dry spicy one, put for butter chicken. It's a great addition to have in your home. So here goes the best part. We're going to try it now. Oh, perfectly seasoned, a good amount of chili, enough kick in it, and also nice aromatic herbs. If you have, say, dry garlic or dry ginger, you can even add that into the spice mix if you like those flavors. Entirely your choice. So again, this is our very simple foolproof grilled chicken. Make sure you try it at home. Make sure you share with your friends, and when you post it, don't forget to tag me. Bon appetit.